Hello everybody, welcome to Magenta class. It's Miss Rogers here. I thought you might like a tour of our classroom. Would you like to come along with me? So this is where we wait in the morning. You drop your children off and we walk into Magenta class along this way, in through the door, and the children put their PE bags and their coats and all their bits and pieces in our cloakroom. There's our toilet there, and then they walk into our class. So here we are walking into Magenta, and you'll see that we've got some different zones of learning. We've got our science area where we're thinking about materials at the moment. We've got an area where sometimes the children work independently, sometimes they are engaged with adult-led learning. And we try and make the learning as fun as possible, as creative as possible, to really engage the children and embed the learning as much as possible. We've got our maths centre where the children can be involved in a variety of different maths activities. And again, we put out as much as possible, lots of different resources, lots of different things for the children to access to help them in their learning. And again, we take the creative approach and our continuous provision approach to all sorts of different activities. We've got our maths cafe there where the children at the moment are partitioning tens and ones. And they can also use our Dean's apparatus to help them with their learning. We've got our writing zones where the children can be engaged in their phonic activities, or they can look at stories, they can retell the stories using puppets, they can write the story, they can act out the story. And we also use our Talk for Writing agenda, which gives the children really good vocabulary when they're doing their writing. We've got our reading area, the Reading Snug, really cosy, comfortable bunk beds where the children are encouraged to read a variety of different texts and also read on iPads. And here is our carpet area where the children sit when we do the register in the morning and the afternoon. And you can see past the interactive whiteboard our Pets of Yet. They're our growth mindset Pets of Yet. And these characters really help the children with their learning and the attitude to their learning. We've got Positive Parrot, Can Do Cat, Trying Turtle, Bounce Back Bunny, and Have a Go Hamster. Ask your children about them. They love using the Pets of Yet, and I'm sure they'll be able to tell you lots about them. The Pets of Yet feature quite heavily in the children's learning, and you can see here some puppets and a poster that they've made. We also have a reflection area in Magenta class, and it's an area where the children like to come, be quiet, be calm. Maybe they choose to read the Bible stories, maybe they choose to write a prayer. And it's a very popular area of the class. It's been a pleasure showing you around Magenta class. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome to Year 2. The following slides will give you some extra information about life for your child in Year 2 at Philcourt Infant Academy. You can see lots of faces there. We've got Miss Rogers in Magenta class with Miss Marley, who's on maternity leave, and Mrs Kiston, the teaching assistant, Mrs Parker, the one-to-one classroom support. In Indigo class, Miss Phillips is class teacher with the teaching assistants, Mrs Carter and Mrs Stothart, one-to-one support. And in Violet class, Mr Smith is the class teacher with Mrs Hewer, teaching assistant, and Miss Morgan, who works across Year 2. And you'll also see some familiar faces on the left-hand side. Feel free to contact us by phone or by email if you have any questions. Now you can see our vision statement. Love life, embrace learning, believe together. And you can see our 6 Christian values: forgiveness, courage, trust, friendship, truthfulness, and respect. You can see the way that we approach our creative curriculum, and the importance of our place in God's world, our relationship, and ourselves. Children in Year 2 should really be completely independent, coming into class each morning and being responsible for their own belongings. We ask the children to organise their own snacks, their own lunch boxes, to look after their coats and jumpers, book bags, and we also encourage them as much as possible to look after their own resources for learning. We encourage the children to dress themselves for PE, and obviously that's a great life skill going forward. Children are allowed to bring in a snack from home, and they can also bring in one in the afternoon. We also have a lot of fruit and vegetables available on a daily basis, and you can see the snack list is as follows: fruit, vegetables, breadsticks, crackers with a little bit of butter, small amount of ham or cheese, but obviously not a picnic, and then some fruit snacks like yo-yos, and obviously a drink.
So all of the children have received their reading diaries. These need to come into school with them every day. We will then change their reading books on a Monday and a Thursday. They will also receive something called a Love for Reading book, which is an extra book that the children can have for a week, and those books need to come back to school on Mondays to be changed as well. We also use the reading diaries to send home any letters or to send any messages to and from school that we need you to know, so please keep checking the reading diaries for any extra information. We are currently working towards a recover and restore curriculum, so we are obviously aware that there may be some areas that the children have missed during their time away from school, so we are looking at the Year 1 curriculum very closely and plugging any gaps that we can there, as well as teaching them all of the relevant things that they'll need to learn ready for the end of Year 2. We have a creative approach to our curriculum, so every term will have a topic or a theme. This term in Year 2 we are doing Over the Rainbow, and our theme is based all around the story of Little Red Riding Hood. The children are able to access continuous provision, which means there is things out for them to help with their learning all of the time, and they have a lot of independence and choice on how they use those things to help their learning. We use Target Tracker to make observations of the children, so please make sure that you're checking Target Tracker regularly to see some updates of what your children have been up to. Each term begins with an exciting buzz day and we end with a celebration, and each topic we aim to include some form of trip or a visitor into school or some form of exciting experience within the school to get the children excited and ready for their learning. So for reading at home, we suggest that the children read at least 3 times a week. Obviously any more is going to be beneficial to your child, so that's great. We really appreciate all the help there. We've also got access to Bug Club. Now the Bug Club logins will be stuck into the front of your child's reading diary, so there'll be their username and password in there. Go onto the website, and that's just a really exciting platform that they can use to do some reading. There may also be some activities linked to grammar or to punctuation or to spelling as well. When reading at home, please make sure you are asking your child lots of questions about their book, because that really helps them to develop their comprehension skills, and hopefully you will see your child moving up through the reading levels as they go across Year 2. For phonics, we sometimes choose specific reading books that are linked to a specific sound which your child may not know or may be struggling with. So sometimes you may get a book in their reading diary which has been used to practice a certain sound. We use schemes such as Letters and Sounds and Read Write Ink to teach our phonics, and phonics is taught every day to the children, so they will have a time every day to practice their phonics. So for work that the children are doing at home, they've obviously got their reading books and Bug Club. We are also introducing what's called a Rainbow Spelling Challenge, which is going to be all about practicing those common exception words, those high frequency words, the words that are slightly trickier that the children use in their writing all the time. and the children will work through the colours of the rainbow. They will receive a sticker when they can spell all of the words in a certain colour list, and they will move on to the next colour, and they will work on that all the way through year 2 and see how far they can get on their rainbow challenge. They will also in term 2 be receiving a homework folder which will be going home every Thursday, and we ask that that can be completed for that week and brought back on a Wednesday if possible. And in that homework folder there will be a mixture of activities to support writing, maths and some of the foundation subjects as well. And also in term 2 we will begin what we call the 99 Club, which more information will be coming out on that, but that is used to help the children practice their times tables, and is an exciting way for them to work through until they reach the end of the 99 Club.
Due to the time missed towards the end of last year, the Year 2 children will sit the phonics screening check during term 2. Any children who don't meet the pass mark will have the opportunity to retake the check in summer 2021. There will be additional information meetings about these assessments closer to the time, but you can see below there is a link where there's more information if you want to find out anything sooner. In summer 2021, the Year 2 children will sit their end of Key Stage 1 assessments. These will involve 2 reading papers and 2 maths papers, and they are used to support the teacher's judgment in reading and maths, so they're not the be-all and end-all. There will also be additional information meetings about these assessments closer to the time, so you'll be finding out about those. Here are some useful websites you can access at home. We have Bug Club, which has a variety of reading materials you can use and read with your child. We've got the Target Tracker login, so you can see the sort of things that your children are getting up to at school. We've got Phonics Play, which has a variety of fun games for the children to use relating to different sounds. We've got the Oxford Owl, which you can use to help reading at home, and also Top Marks, which has lots and lots of different maths games which relate to the different topics. Here we have our school website and Facebook, which has all the information you need to know about Field Court CFE Infant Academy. Here you'll find lots of updates about the school to do with things like the Golden Book, who's been in that, and also all of our newsletters. So really, really useful pages here. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email your child's class teacher and they'll get back to you as soon as they can. Thanks.